Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. I hope you are all well. So in today's episode of Let's Talk Creps, we're going to be talking about a custom sneaker I made for my brother's 30th birthday, and that is the Air Force 1 McLaren Lando Norris colourway that I've dubbed it here. So if you're new to the channel, please consider liking and subscribing. And with that all said, let's jump straight into this video. Okay, so a little bit of history about the shoe before I get into it like I always do. There's not a lot of history to get into. It's a custom, as I said earlier. It's my brother's 30th birthday coming up, and I wanted to try and surprise him with a custom. His favourite F1 driver is Lando Norris, and it made sense to try and implement them together. Now, I'll put an image on the screen of the process I went through. So I drew up a mock design of this shoe on Procreate first to make sure I'm happy with how it looked before I actually put pen to leather as such, or paint to leather, should I say. So yeah, that'll be playing in the background whilst I talk you through the shoe. So it's a standard Air Force 1 box, but obviously I wish I had more time to do this, but essentially what I was aiming for here is, if I'm not a massive F1 fan, but from reference images that I found, the design of the tyres on most of the F1 cars have the sort of Google Chrome sort of inside. I put a picture on the side of sort of what I used as a reference. So that's kind of what I was going for here. If I had more time, I would have probably gone across the whole box and done the sides, but I am very limited on time these days. So anyway, yeah, going around the box standard, apart from that graphic I put on the front, as I was saying. Size label. So this is the base shoe, should I say, was a standard Air Force 1 tumbled leather, white and black. Again, I'll get an image of what the actual base shoe looked like. So essentially black swoosh and back tab. But anyway, let's get into this a bit more. I think retail for the shoe was £105 as well. It's one you can pick off the shelf, so let's not get too into that. Anyway, so getting into the box. I thought it'd be a nice touch to leave a print of my Procreate design, which you'll see the video for, like I was saying. I have been updated that the livery, or whatever you call it, on the car has updated since I've made these shoes, which is a bit annoying, but I think the colour schemes relatively stay the same. But anyway, that's just an extra touch I put in as well. In the actual shoes themselves. So I did put black laces in these. They actually come with white initially, so I've included the white ones in there as well if he wants to use them. So yeah, let's get the box out of the way and let's go through this a bit more. Here we are. Right, okay. So as you can see, the tumbled leather aspects on the side paneling, it goes across the whole shoe. Even the swoosh is actually tumbled leather as well, which is really nice. It gives it that premium feel, which I really wanted to sort of put across on this shoe. I want this to sort of look like something that you could go into a store, look on a shelf and see this and think, oh, I didn't know Nike done that collab. So yeah, that's what I went for. So you've got the little decal of Lando Norris's logo there. I come up with the actual orange and the blues are called, it's an Angelus versions of them. If you Google McLaren colours Angelus, they tend to come up. So these aren't mixed. This is out of the pot colours with some actually duller lacquer. I didn't want them to be shiny because I felt like that took away from the shoe a bit. So yeah, you've got the blue hit around sort of like the eye stays with the black laces, and that orange that wraps around the toe box and around the back as well, shading in the obviously what would have been white on the Nike Air on the back, and also obviously colouring in the air around the midsole. I haven't painted the outsole because of it's rather infuriating when you see people do that, because of anything you put on here, essentially as soon as you wear the shoe, it's coming off. There's no way of colouring an outsole bottom without the paint coming off. So anybody that you see do customs that are doing that, they're making customs that are going to sit on a shelf because you cannot wear them. Whereas I wanted these to be worn. I haven't done anything to sock liners for that exact reason as well. I did put Too Soft on the tongue where I painted this bit orange, just to try and keep that sort of flexibility. But any time that you start painting sock liners and midsoles, like insoles, sorry, you really risk that stiffening up and being uncomfortable to wear. So I wanted these to be wearable. I kept them nice and soft, and these are just some silica gels that I'm putting in there to make sure that they stay nice and dry. The custom went really well in the end. I'm really happy with it. The only slight error that occurred was a bit of bleeding, unfortunately, here when I was painting the tongue up behind the back. I'm a bit of a stickler for sort of trying to get things perfect, so I've shaded in around the edges as well, and consequently where I was trying to fill in behind here, we had a little bit of bleeding, which is a shame, but there's not really a lot you can do in that situation. You just got to take it on the chin. But yeah, that is essentially the custom, and I would get some on foot, but as they are a present, I can't really do so. And they're not my shoe size even if I wanted to. So, with that all being said, I'll try and get some B-roll of them outside so you can at least get to see what they look like out in the sunlight. So with that being said, let's do that. Okay, so that just about sums up today's video on this shoe. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, please consider liking, commenting and subscribing. It's all free, it costs you nothing, and it helps me massively grow the channel. Also, comment down below if you've got any questions relating to this shoe or any other shoes I've covered on the channel. It's called Let's Talk Creps for a reason, so let's talk about them. But until next time, I hope to see you all in the next video.